I don't know if you guys have been living under a rock for the past few days, but in case you guys have, somebody is killing Jay Cutler's chickens. Someone or something is going into his farm at night and just straight up murdering those poor chickens, just killing them one by one. Jay Cutler went to his Instagram on Wednesday night talking about how there is somebody out there or something that just apparently seems to be taking and killing his chickens, because every time he looks, there's fewer and fewer chickens on his farm. In case you guys don't know, he lives on a farm in Nashville, Tennessee, so it's a pretty big farm area. He has a lot of animals there. Chickens are some of his favorites, okay? He has a bunch of them, over like 15 or 20, I believe, but they just seem to keep disappearing left and right, and we don't really know why. And in case you guys right now think I am joking about this video, I'm totally not even joking. There's actually a $1,000 reward if you correctly identify who is killing these chickens. I'll link to that in the description below and in the comments, but pretty much if you guess the right person or thing, apparently you get a gun and $1,000, so not bad, I guess. But Jay Cutler wants to really badly identify who is killing his chickens. With good reason, obviously, but he is putting a ton of effort into this. He put out a wanted poster this morning and a reward, obviously. Last night, he had night vision goggles that he watched his entire farm with the entire night. Unfortunately, could not find anything, though. And a couple days ago, he put up trail cameras and other cameras around his farm to, see what's happening the entire night. But unfortunately, so far, we have come up with no conclusive evidence. The crime is unsolved. We have no leads either. But in this video, guys, I'll be giving you guys my opinion on who the prime suspects are in this chicken murder investigation. Suspect number 1, coyotes. Look, man, coyotes are killing machines, okay? We get some where I live too, and they attack dogs, they attack deer, they attack pretty much anything in their sight. They want to kill things. And I went to the Tennessee government website to see, if coyotes were even common in the area. And according to the Tennessee website, it says that coyotes are locally common in Tennessee due to their adaptability. They are hunted to control their damage to livestock and poultry and for their fur pelts. Damage to poultry. Chickens are poultry, man. So there you go. These coyotes, they would be willing to attack chickens, especially if they're hungry and want to eat something. And if you scroll down further, you get some fun facts, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about that. But best places to see in Tennessee, rural areas and farm fields. That's the perfect area for a coyote to be, on Jay Cutler's farm. So maybe at night, there could be a coyote or two just roaming around there, jumping over the fence, and just snatching up these chickens one by one and just demolishing them. Suspect number 2, KRISTIN CAVALLARI, the ex-wife of Jay Cutler. Nobody has even been mentioning her name in this chicken murder investigation, which is absolutely crazy if you ask me. This girl, obviously she knows where Jay Cutler lives. She lived with him for the past, 6 or 7 years while they were married. They had kids there and everything, so she knows where he lives. She probably knows how to access the house and where the chicken farm is. And guys, they had a messy breakup, a messy divorce just a couple weeks ago. I mean, there's been so much drama on both sides. Jay Cutler accusing her of doing some bad stuff, and then KRISTIN CAVALLARI also accusing Jay Cutler of doing bad stuff. If you look at the official court documents that KRISTIN CAVALLARI filed, she said that Jay Cutler is guilty of such inappropriate marital conduct as renders further cohabitation unsafe and improper. Man, what the heck? Whatever that means, they do not like each other anymore, and she is accusing him of being unsafe to live with, or I don't know what that means, really. You law people can tell me what that means in the comments. But Jay Cutler, on the other hand, he said that they had irreconcilable differences in their marriage, so they clearly were not seeing eye to eye, and they were fighting over custody of their kids and over assets. I saw a report that after filing for divorce, KRISTIN CAVALLARI wanted Jay Cutler to give her $5 million to buy a mansion, and in response, Jay Cutler froze all of her bank accounts so she couldn't access the money and told her to get a job. I don't know how true that one is, but it's been reported by a lot of media outlets, so maybe it is true. Who knows? But the point I'm trying to make here is that they do not like each other as much anymore. I mean, they've been fighting a lot over the past couple months, and whenever you have a crazy, breakup like this, an ugly one, sometimes people do crazy shit, okay? And maybe she wants to get back at Jay Cutler by killing off his beloved chickens. I actually saw a report that KRISTIN CAVALLARI was at Jay Cutler's house just a couple days ago on Father's Day to kind of reunite and talk about stuff. So she was at his house just a couple days ago, meaning that she still has access to the house. She can still go there if she wants to. And, maybe while she was there, she put some poison in the chicken's food or whatever she did, man. I'm not ruling her out as a suspect because she has too much of a connection to Jay Cutler. And she also seems kind of crazy, if you ask me, in a lot of different ways. I mean, anybody that wants to be on reality TV is somewhat crazy, but I don't know, there's just something about her and her personality that it just makes me think that maybe she is the one doing all this, murdering those poor chickens. Suspect number 3, Blake the chicken guy. In his Instagram video a couple days ago, which he put out, he talked about getting more chickens from a guy named Blake. I'll play that video right now.
All right, here's the deal. My chicken guy Blake dropped me off some more chickens.
Put 2 and 2 together, guys. This guy Blake, we don't know who he is or what he looks like or what his motives could be, but he is a business owner, okay? He's selling chickens to Jay Cutler, and what do business owners want to do? They want to make more money. How do you make more money? By selling more chickens to Jay Cutler. And how does Jay Cutler need more chickens? By the chickens dying, by him killing them off. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy Blake goes into Jay Cutler's farm late at night and just kills those chickens off so Jay Cutler buys more chickens from him so he can profit, okay? A pretty slimy move, but business is business, guys, and cash is cash. A lot of people get desperate for money and they do crazy things for it, so I would not put it besides Blake to do something to his own chickens that he is selling to Jay Cutler. He obviously knows where Cutler lives because he goes to his farm to deliver the chickens to him, so he would have access to these chickens. Suspect number 4, an owl. Jay Cutler himself said on his Instagram that it could be an owl doing all these things. He also posted a video where he pretty much thought that he heard owl sounds coming from the forest right by his farm. So there could be a potential owl out there, maybe an owl family. And if you look at the Tennessee website, man, the great horned owl, Bubbo Virginia Anus, this owl just looks creepy and deadly, okay? Look at its face. It looks like a killing machine. And if you look at like what it does, what it eats skunks and it eats other owls too, okay? So they're ready to kill anything or anyone, even their own kind. Why would they not be willing to kill some chickens? There's a really good chance that in the trees right by Jay Cutler's house, there's an owl just nesting there waiting to prey on these poor chickens late at night. So an owl could be another suspect. Suspect number 5, Brandon Marshall. You guys know Brandon Marshall, man, the supposed best friend of Jay Cutler for a while. You know, they had a bromance going or whatever, and they were pretty good friends. But near the end of Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall's career, they started splitting up kind of and not being so friendly towards each other anymore. Brandon Marshall went on a lot of talk shows and talked about how Jay Cutler was a horrible leader. He was not a good quarterback. I mean, these were all things that he did not say early in his career. He said that he wanted to let these things out after he retired. So they clearly have beef with each other. They don't like each other as much as they did early in their careers. So I wouldn't be surprised, man, if Brandon Marshall still had some ill will towards Jay Cutler and how Jay Cutler, treated the entire team during his time in Chicago. Brandon Marshall talked about how Jay Cutler would always blame the receivers for problems in practice. He would never take personal accountability. So what better way to get at him than murdering his chickens? Brandon Marshall probably knows where Jay Cutler lives because they used to hang out a lot. And, even if he doesn't, man, he probably has connections because, he's famous, he's rich. He can probably find out where Jay Cutler lives if he wanted to. Or he could send in a person to kill the chickens for him. You never know. And also another interesting thing I found on Brandon Marshall, if you look at his diet, which he has posted on some fitness website, Brandon Marshall's diet consists of a lot of chicken. I'm just saying, man, that's kind of sketchy. Maybe he likes fresh chicken, and what better chickens to get than Jay Cutler's chickens? Suspect number 6, Aaron KROMER. the former offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears during that terrible, terrible 2014 season we had with Mark Trestman. I'm not sure how many of you guys still remember this. I'm sure a lot of you do. For the newer fans, you probably don't know this, but Aaron Kromer and Jay Cutler had some major beef after it was revealed that Aaron Kromer, who was our offensive coordinator at the time, he spoke to the media and kind of was backstabbing Jay Cutler, kind of talking bad about him, saying that the Bears have buyer remorse on Jay Cutler, saying that, he's not a good quarterback, he's not leading the team well, just speaking about a lot of negative stuff that usually offensive coordinators don't, they don't talk to the media about that. They confront the player directly, but they don't talk to the media about that. So Jay Cutler was pretty pissed at Aaron Kromer. Aaron Kromer gave a tearful apology where he cried in front of the whole team and kind of just apologized profusely, but Jay Cutler did not accept that apology, so they were kind of fighting with each other. And then Mark Trestman goes ahead and benches Jay Cutler. Aaron Kromer gets some type of, I think, suspension too. But that whole season was a chaotic mess. I mean, it's kind of a blur to me at this point. All the things that could have went wrong did go wrong. Mark Trestman lost complete control of that team. I mean, it was a dumpster fire. And, Aaron Kromer also got arrested a couple years ago while he was with the Bills. Apparently, he pushed his neighbor's kid down to the ground, punched him in the face, and threatened to kill his family if he told the police. Man, that guy seems like he's kind of messed up in the head. And a person that is that messed up in the head, maybe they would try to kill off Jay Cutler's chickens. Because, like I said, Aaron Kromer does not like Jay Cutler whatsoever. He spoke badly to the media about him, kind of stabbed him in the back. And he's probably mad about how that whole situation played out. So maybe he still has ill will towards Cutler. And he wants to kill his chickens because he is crazy. Suspect number 7, Brian Urlacher. Brian Urlacher is loved by Chicago. I mean, he did a lot of good things for this franchise. He was one of the best players in Bears history, one of the top linebackers ever. He was an extremely talented player, and he gave Bears fans a lot of good memories. But one thing about him was that he never liked Jay Cutler. Never, okay? From the very beginning, you could tell that he did not like his quarterback. He didn't publicly say that until later in his career. More so after he retired, he kind of revealed his true feelings. But he said that he never thought Jay Cutler was a good leader. There's been stories about Brian Urlacher cussing him out, calling him a wimp, and worse words as well. He said that Jay Cutler never even reached out to me after I retired. Like, there's a lot of beef there, and they do not like each other, most likely. Brian Urlacher also said that he still wants to hit Jay Cutler. That's a pretty bold statement, saying you want to hit your former quarterback. If you would say that, why would you not also want to kill his chickens? He probably also loves meat, man, just like Brandon Marshall. He probably eats a ton of chicken. I couldn't find his exact diet online, but I'm assuming he likes chicken, just like most people do. And fresh chicken, I guess, tastes even better, especially from Jay Cutler's farm. So Brian Urlacher, man, he could be a suspect as well because he does not like Jay Cutler at all. Suspect number 8, THELMA the cat. I know Jay Cutler ruled out his own cat a couple days ago in an Instagram video. He also issued an apology to his cat. So Jay Cutler probably thinks his cat is all in the clear, but I'm not so quick to say that, guys. It's barely been any time since he's been watching his cat, okay? He only watched his cat like once in the middle of the night. And that one night, obviously if the cat knows it's being watched, it's not going to attack the chickens. So I would not rule out this cat completely because Jay Cutler has said this cat, quote unquote, is a savage with loose morals. A savage with loose morals sounds like the type of cat that would kill, its its chicken friends, okay, on the farm. Because obviously this cat, he probably wants Jay Cutler's attention. Jay Cutler spends a lot of time with his chickens. Why not kill off those chickens so Jay Cutler can spend a lot more time with it? So Jay Cutler, man, don't rule out your cat completely because it's barely been any time investigating this crime. You don't rule out a suspect completely just after one small investigation, okay? So THELMA, he's still in the mix. Suspect number 9, I have to say it, the United States government, okay? The United States government gets involved in every little thing in the world. Why would they not get involved in this either? If they were capable of killing off Jeffrey Epstein, why would they not kill off Jay Cutler's chicken as well? They clearly have the capacity to do so. They can do so without being watched or noticed because they are the United States government And, I would not rule them out either, okay? Maybe they could have some motives for it. Maybe they don't like Jay Cutler either because, I don't know, man. The U.S. government could have a reason. I cannot come up with it right now, but don't rule them out because they have done some shady shit in the past. I would not rule this out. And the final suspect number 10, Jay Cutler himself. Guys, think about it. Jay Cutler is bored right now. He has nothing to do. Maybe he would want to set something like this up to gain more media attention and a media following on himself so he can make his own reality TV show or a Netflix series to rival KRISTIN CAVALLARI's because he's mad at KRISTIN CAVALLARI for what happened in the breakup. I mean, think about this. First of all, why is Jay Cutler conducting this investigation? Isn't that a conflict of interest here? Why would somebody living in the house of a dead person, why would they be conducting the investigation? They would not do so. You would give it off to a third party, the police, the FBI, because you never want a person closely involved with the crime to be investigating that crime as well. So there should be another person conducting this investigation. It's kind of sketchy that Jay Cutler is the only one doing this. And it's also kind of sketchy that all this started happening out of nowhere right after they broke up. Jay Cutler knows that nobody is going to even suspect him of killing off these chickens. So maybe he's trying to place the blame on somebody else, or maybe he's trying to make, attention for himself, or whatever he is doing. I would not rule out Jay Cutler himself either. So yeah, those are my suspects as of now. I'll keep you guys updated on any breakthroughs or developments in these investigations. It's a pretty serious thing, okay? So there's going to be a lot of resources invested in doing this. I'm sure Jay Cutler wants to find out who is doing this, but at the same time, maybe there should be a third party there to make sure that Jay Cutler himself is not doing it. But whatever the case is, guys, let me know who you think killed Jay Cutler's chickens in the comments. Make sure to enter his contest as well for a chance at $1,000. But as always, guys, bear down.